Hi there, it's George. And I thought I'd take a couple of minutes to disambiguate, to shed some light on, to help you understand everything, all of the great ways in which the clarity, strategic capacity, and business value analysis tool will help you. So there's a lot in there. I did a demo yesterday with two very, very experienced guys, and we ended up chatting for an hour and a half, and it's hard to explain everything that's in the box. So believe it or not, threw this together on my iPad. Thank you, Good Notes, and let's walk through it. Okay, so you need to watch this on a screen. Start on the left. First thing you're going to do, the first thing the tool helps you do is really do outstanding discovery about your client, about their intent, where do they want to go, and their business's capacity, what we call strategic capacity, to get them there. That's called clarity level 1. It's 24 questions. You can complete the analysis of your client in just a few minutes. What else is there? I'm going to start here at Value Planner. Value Planner is linked to Clarity Level 1 as part of the Level 1 suite. Those of you who have the business development, the biz dev subscription level, Value Planner says, well, how much money are you going to need every year to fund your lifestyle, right? Lifestyle different than income, to fund your lifestyle. Value Planner will help you calculate what the business needs to be worth to get them the success they want. There is another module right here called Protect Value. Protect Value uncovers insufficiencies in insurance and in advanced wealth planning, succession planning, sophisticated compensation plans, and more sophisticated insurance coverages that are going to de-risk the business. So protect value. If you're a exit planning wealth advisor and you're not listening up and saying, whew, I might want to run the discovery value planner and protect value modules, you call me and I'll show you why you might want to check it out. Now, what else will level 1 do? It generates a deliverable. Great. 26 pages explaining the relationship between strategic capacity and the transferable value of the business. And there is a ton in there. So you can download a sample on the website. You can also use level 1 to run a senior leadership alignment report, right? How does the senior team see capacity? And use that report to run a workshop. Now, these are revenue generating activities for you as a growth advisor. Now, level 1 over here, big red, we have the range of business value. Now, with just a few questions, Mark Twain said it. If I had had more time, I would have written a shorter letter. We've written the shorter letter. The power of technology with just a few questions and some basic revenue information, very basic things that your client will have in their head, we can calculate a very accurate transferable value for the business, but not just the transferable value, the maximum value. If this business was had high strategic capacity, here's what it would be worth, top end of the range of multiples, and the value gap, right? The value gap, which is often a wealth gap. So range of business value, we calculate that after just a few minutes. Not we, you can calculate that after just a few minutes. And this is a calculation of value as set forth in the standards put out by the AICPA, the NACVA, and the ASA. This is a good calculation of value. Great. Now, I should have a dotted line here. After level 1, the level 1 analysis, 24 questions, will also feed our leadership module. More on that in a sec. All right. Now, level 1. We now want to go deep. We say to the client, hey, well, if you're going to increase the value of this business, if you're going to increase gross revenue, net income, we need to understand where your bottlenecks are. And that is where you will use the clarity level 2, the strategic planning deep analysis. All right, clarity level 2. And what happens? That's an additional average of about 5 questions on each of the 24 growth driving objectives. This is an objectives and key results driven system. So You wealth advisors and exit planners out there who are interested in doing the discovery portion, terrific. This is where, now, when we get into the deep analysis, is where you might want to either hand the reins over to your client. That's one answer. And you might also consider bringing in a seasoned growth advisor. And I would recommend someone who has achieved, earned the C3D designation. We can talk about that separately. But someone who is really understands their craft, understands this system, and knows how to apply it. And importantly, someone with whom you know you can trust to collaborate with you, to have accountable, to be collaboratively accountable with you to the client's benefit. All right. Level 2 analysis. What the heck does that feed? Well, we refine our calculation of value, and then what? Well, we create a deliverable. Terrific. You have access to the execute guidance module. What are we going to do to fix this beast? To simulator. What will happen if we increase revenue, strategic capacity? And it's a regression projection tool that also benchmarks your client against the industry, their industry, okay? The deep analysis also feeds a leadership module. Now, the leadership module allocates, it's an ideal world, right? It is a utopia. In an ideal business, here is how the 24 growth driving objectives would be allocated across 4 functional areas: the executive, the financial, the operational, and the revenue systems. Think CEO, CFO, COO, and CRO. And who should be primarily accountable for each of these growth driving objectives. That is very important when we're planning, very important when we're running workshops with clients, right? So, deep analysis, we can start creating a plan. Not start, you will create a plan using execute guidance, using the templates that are in the community and the premium resources, using simulator to predict the future. I am not scratching the surface, but I'm going one layer deep on what's in this system. Now, you have your deep analysis. Let's say you've created a plan, and or you've decided to democratize, to create a plan to democratize accountability inside 90. 90 is fabulous, right? The entire methodology, process, scorecards, and execution leadership business operating system, the LBOS, is embedded in 90. Okay, so you can very, very efficiently imagine what I'm talking about here is less than an hour to do Clarity 1. If you're just doing it with the CEO, let's say 2 hours, including some robust conversations to complete Clarity Level 2. And then to stand up an instance in 90.io is the push of a button. How efficient is that? How much more time do you now have to do rather than plan, to do rather than think, rather than analyze, rather than interview clients, right? We want you to be able to up your game and release more billable time. And all of this calculates and tracks the return on investment in terms of business value, the impact that your work with the client is having. How do you like that? So let's recap. We are doing Clarity Level 1, creating CEO clarity. We can also use this Level 1 24 question analysis with the senior leadership team to create senior leadership alignment or an understanding of how a consensus view of the business. Value planner, what will the business need to be worth tomorrow? And yes, getting you there is within the realm of the possible. We can take this $18 million asset and by increasing revenues, certainly, but importantly, by increasing strategic capacity and achieving a higher multiple, your client is going to be able to achieve their personal wealth goals. Protect value. If you're working with a wealth advisor, or if you are a wealth advisor, there are sophisticated planning and insurance products that should be brought to bear at the beginning of the engagement. Playing the AUM ball, the long ball, is great. It is important. And there are opportunities to help the client with valuable services at the front end. If you're a growth advisor listening to this, this is how you either work with your client's existing wealth advisor or connect them with one of your strategic COIs. Okay, why would you do that? Because you are going to be giving referrals to wealth advisors, and we can talk about why that's such an incredibly good idea. But wealth advisors are the number one most trusted advisor, so think it through. Okay, so discovery level 1, we've got all this great. We go to level 2, the deep analysis. If you've ever been in there, it is people seem to like it. Then we have the leadership module. How do we allocate accountability, execute guidance? What are we going to do to move the business forward? Simulator. What will it look like in the future? Level 2 deliverable. What are the building blocks, the bricks we can use for strategic planning? A complete execution leadership business operating system, rhythm of meetings, tempo, and a business flow scorecard, a flash report. That flash report is embedded in 90. You can also get it as a template. You want it wherever you want to put it. We will give it to you, and you'll be able to use it as a first draft to help your client every single week keep score of their progress. So I hope this provides some demystification. There is a tremendous amount inside Clarity. There is nothing like this on the market. And believe me, we talk to people who are frustrated with other systems, and we are happy to help. There are a lot of great systems out there. None is comprehensive. None is committed to winning new engagements and helping you deliver client wins as Growth Drive. So, one little infomercial on you there, but we are here. We are passionate about what we do, and what we do is help you lead clients from stuck to best in class. We are deeply committed to helping you deliver client wins, wherever that falls in the range of your personal advisory goals. Cool? All right. You have questions. We're here to help. Support at growth-drive.com. Support at growth-drive.com. My name's George. I'm the founder of this business. I'm the inventor of the 3 dimensions of growth, and the guy who helped design and created this software. And I'd love to chat with you. So come on in, join the community. About 140 of your closest friends are here already, and we are here to welcome you. That's it. Thank you.